Yeah, thanks for coming back to the grind. And this episode, what am I doing? I've got the Hovercraft in here again still. And then I did make these pieces here. You saw me make these during the, well, you'll see me make them during the thing. And they were to try and extend this wall up here so that I could get the fan in and around. But on this episode, I've got the fan shroud all done on the inside and mounted, and the fan fits in there, and you can see how that looks. And then I started building this bit here. So I built the fan shroud, which is inside here, right? And then mounted it and checked it out, and it all seems to be okay. Then I built this mold that I'm going to lay fiberglass on. So anyhow, that'll be coming down the tube. So hope you enjoy it all. We'll stick around, you see what happened, and we'll carry on from there. Bye for now. Yeah, so here I am back on the Hurricane, right? So this stuff here, I've left it for a couple of days now. Not intentionally. I intended to do some yesterday, but didn't get back out here. So now I've gone along and right or wrong, I had this corner here clamped so that it was going to hold tight against there, and then I had a piece of wax paper, so I've sanded that off, and then I took some acetone and cleaned off the edge there so that it's not going to, what am I trying to say? So it'll stick, new stuff will stick to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and start laying on some more fiberglass, this stuff here, and some of this stuff here. I want at least 3 layers, I think. I think I've got 3 layers on there, and I need another 3 to make it strong. Then that'll be pretty well done. I might have to do some extra work out to the edges here, but that'll have to wait till later. I'll see how it fits into the thing after I remold the big cowling. See what happens. Anyhow, that's all. Stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. I'll actually show you some of the fiberglass laying in this time, because I've got an idea what I'm doing, so I can show you what I'm doing. Hey, how about that? Yeah, here it is. Here's the supporting cast for YouTube here. There's Jeff, Douglas, and Emily, and Helen's behind the wall there. She won't go. There she is. She came out. We finished glassing this thing. Is that what it's called, Doug? Glassing?
Glassing.
Yeah, we finished glassing this thing. Got about 1,005 layers on there, and that'll be enough for today, I think. So we'll see how it works out. I'll show it again when it's dry. There you go. Yeah, so here now, I'm out. Day number umpteen. I got this all glassed up yesterday. There was some friends here and they helped out, and I didn't do any moving of it because everything was happening so fast. So now today I'm trying to get the mold off of the glass without breaking anything. But you see this end here is hooked here, so that end has to come off first, kind of idea. So I've gone ahead and I've removed the top half of the mold, for the most part, away from it. And then I think that it's going to come free. I don't know. We'll just see. I'll just put this up here and just work at it a bit here. You see this? Where am I? Down here? Yeah. So I just try to pull it up around the edges here. And it seems to be coming all right. It's a little bit tight fit, right? In fact, it's a real tight fit. Anyway, I'll work at it and I'll get it off and I'll show you how I make out. Yeah, there. That came apart. So now I'll got quite a bit of cleaning up to do here. I'll just what'll I do? I think I'll take these boards apart and then stack them up somewhere. Save them for another circle sometime. See what happens. So the word from my mentor on doing fiberglass, which is Doug, is to lay down. Now this thing here is pretty well done. I just have to trim it to the right size, but I'll have to wait till I build the rest of that before I trim this. So I'll clean this all up and I'll show you what it looks like when it's cleaned off and get all the plastic stuff off of it. The found out that wax paper works, but plastic works better, so that's all right. All that wax paper will come off okay, no problem. So that works fine, but plastic, there's plastic that was on it and that just comes right off. So plastic works better. Then the what will I do now? So now the thing for to make, so I think I've got it marked out here. I want to add 17 centimeters to the side, on each side, and I want 17 centimeters to the roof. So if I cut right along this line here and add 17 centimeters in, that Doug says to, I'll back off here a bit. Doug says to make the pieces all in one and cut them to size and then put them in as a patch, which is likely a good idea. So that's what I'll try and figure out how to do. That's coming up soon. But this is pretty thick down here. I think it's normal size here. Pretty thick right up here. But we'll see how that works out. Then once that's built, wider on the top and everything like that, then I can go ahead and start making it to fit the propeller or the fan, whatever you want to. Then that should be okay. Well, we'll see. I'll get this stuff over here cleaned up. Yeah, so there you are. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now this thing here, it sits, like the fan will sit just sort of behind this. It doesn't have to fit right into it. And it directs the air into the system behind the fan and doesn't allow the air to, escape. Once the air is behind, it's got to go somewhere either down or out the back, which is out the back right there. But it doesn't allow it to buffer out to the front again. So that's the purpose of this as far as I know. And then, so it doesn't have to be, the fan doesn't have to be inside it, but the fan has to be, like within a couple of inches, within an inch or so of it behind it. So we'll see how that all works out in the build of it all. But it seems that the fan fits in there all right. There's a room for your fingers everywhere you look, which is about what I wanted. A little bit this way. And that's centered up pretty good. And it looks like there is the thing is a circle. Well, what do you know? So there, that's the first bit of building I'm going to do. Now, my friend Paul, he came up with he said that a good idea would be to get spray foam and put a bead of spray foam around the edge here. Can you see that when I'm pointing the right way? So put a bead of spray foam around the edge here and then cut it, so let it dry and cut it so it's a nice even thing, and then layer on some more fiberglass, and that'll really make this very strong without adding any real weight to it. So I think that's something that's going to happen down the way. But first I'll sort of I'll trim some of these edges. Like this has got to be trimmed right across here. Then I could do the old spray foam thing here to strengthen that because it doesn't affect anything. And that'll make the whole thing strong. And we'll go from there. So I won't do any more to it right yet, but it'll be pending. So I'll put the fan away. I'm happy that it fits. And now I'll go start working on up front there. Oops, here I am. Take two. So I've made this piece of tabletop here. Now I'm going to put a piece of plastic down on it. So this is the patch sizes for that thing up there. So I'll make a piece of fiberglass flat that's this size. Then I'll put them in as patches by 12:1 or whatever they call that business. Anyhow, you grind off a pointy bit like. So I'll make my patch sort of fit in here, and it'll come up this high. This is going to be interesting. How do I carry that back on the patch? I'll think about that. See how that works out. This is going to be like here it'll come and I put the patch on, then it's got to go to there. Well, but it'll go up and then I'll have to just make a new cut here somehow. Oh, I haven't got that figured out right. Because it's going to be the same distance along here when I move this up, right? Well, I think I'll get the patches in, get it the right height, and then think about how to make that, figure out how to mold this right, because there's got to be some repairs in here too. For some reason, well, the reason is that it had to be widened out, but should have just cut them in the middle so you can make a thing, right? But that's the way it is. We'll just see what I come up with here. The top bit's going to be easy because it'll be just 17 straight across. But these two here, yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah, okay. I've got lots of material there anyhow to go with. So I'll make a big square thing of fiberglass, and then I'll cut out the patches as I need them, and see how I make them fit in. It'll be some thinking about it at the front there to make it all come together. We'll see. Yeah, there, now I've laid a piece of plastic on my thing here. So there's 3 17s on there. Lots more really. So I'll have lots of spare so I can do some thinking about it. So now I'll go ahead and lay in the first patch. Well, I'll just lay a piece of fiberglass right in there, covering up most of that, and then start soaking it down. I want about 6 layers, I guess. Maybe I'll make maybe even more than 6 layers, but 6 layers at the least. Anyhow, we'll just see how it works out. Yeah, there I'll start glassing. So I've got the plastic down and 1 layer down on here. I'm going to go and mix up some goop. Might as well show you that too, eh? What the hell? Get the whole deal here. I got quite a big layer thing to do. So I'll put in a ½ liter of this stuff here. This one. And then for that you need 2 times my little thing here. Oh, the syringe. You need 5 milliliters of hardener. So I'll just get that mixed up and show you. That pointing about the right way? Yeah, it is so. And then I've got my trusty thing there. So, ½ liter. Well, it goes pretty fast when you get going at it. And I need 275 twice on this thing. 250 twice. So 5 milliliters total.
Then it's pretty near time to get the other gallon of stuff out, but that'll be in the next round. There, I'll just go over and set you up so that I don't get all goopy on you, because that's what you don't want, is to get all goopy, hey? How's that? Yep, sure. So here we go. Yeah, there you go. I went and mixed up some more, and I've got like 3 layers on, or 4 layers on, and now I'll just put some more of this on top to soak it down a bit. Oops, that's a bit much, but oh well, it'll spread out. Then I'll go over it with one of those things, whatever you call those things. There you go, laying up fiberglass. 6 layers, so that'll make it like a 1/16 of an inch, or a little bit better than that maybe. We'll see. I'll measure it up when I get it cut to size. So those ones there, now Doug says to lay down plastic underneath, which I did, put the fiberglass on, which I did, put in the resin, which I did. Then I used that twirligig thing to squish it all in there. Then he said to put another piece of plastic over the top, lay another piece of flatness over the top of it, and just put a little bit of weight on it, and that'll it'll come out really nice in the end. You'll have a nice smooth piece that'll look like a finished piece, so you can, very little sanding involved to get it right. So we'll just see how that works out. Anyway, that will be all the pieces that I need to enlarge the canopy up here, this part. Then I'll have to make I'll get it in situ and make like a bulge to come out and meet up with this somehow. I'm not really sure how that's going to happen yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll get it figured eventually. Okay, that's all for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Or no, I'll see you the day after tomorrow. Well, I might see you tomorrow. 5:41 now, so pretty near. It's quitting time for sure. And that's about an hour's work to get that. Well, about 2 hours to get it all set up and going and done. Now there's another bunch of cleanup to do here, so I'll clean it up and then go from there. So I'll see you tomorrow or the day after. I have to go and do some work tomorrow, but I don't think it's for the whole day. We'll see. Yeah, here it is. May 30th.
And the doggy just wants to be loved. Hey, you just want to be loved. What will we do about that?
Okay, now to do the great reveal here, I'll open this up and see what happened on the overnight. See what we got out of this whole thing here. Not pointing the right way, pretty close. Hey, see if I can get this to stand up now. There, that's pretty close, right? Yeah, there now, that'd be a sheet of fiberglass. Isn't that cool? It's got some ridges on it and stuff like that, but nothing a little bit of sanding won't take down. But I'll wait till it cures completely. Now, I have to figure out, I want to have, here, a little bit of an air bubble there, but I don't think it matters. So I want to have 3 pieces 17 centimeters wide, I do believe. Now I don't know for sure. I might need 2 pieces that are 17 on the top there to make it the right width, because it's going up 17 on that side, 17 on that side, and 17 across the top. Is that right? I'll think about it. Let me see. It's going to go up 17 centimeters here. From here, say, we'll go up 17. It doesn't, that's just a good flat spot right there. So I'll see if I can make it from here level to there. And the same on the other side. I'll get the laser level and start leveling it up that way, so that we have it right. Then I'll cut that, put the new piece in on each side. I might just put let me see here first. You got to cut it, right? Then you got to shave it back to a pointy edge on the inside and the outside, and then put the patch in, a little patch in there with a 3 or 4 inch, 3 inch, or 2 or 3 inch cover over it, right? So that might be a bit of a challenge, but I think I'll go right at the top of, just maybe a little bit above that, and level, and then I'll just cut it right down the center of that,
And then I'll worry later about how to get these cross braces in, because they are important. I think I might make them out of metal, make a metal cross brace, and then just drape some whatever you white fiberglass on it so that they're good and strong and fit right. But they got to be wider than what they are now anyhow, so there you go. This thing here, does it have to be, it can't be any wider in the bottom, it has to stretch. So there'll be a stretch here and a stretch there. Where am I pointing? A stretch here and a stretch there. But have to think about that. But there'll be quite a bit more wall to stretch on, so we'll just see how it comes. Anyhow, I think I'll start, see if I can get it marked up properly first before I do anything else. So this thing here, quite a nice piece of fiberglass. Don't know how thick it is, after all in all. Can't really get into that far to measure it, but once I slice a couple of slices off of it, then I'll be able to tell. But first I'm going to check and make sure I've got all my ciphering correct for that 17 centimeters. Because I've got 20 or 23 centimeters per here anyhow, if I need it. Okay. Now I leveled this up. It's pretty level. You can you tell that? Can you see? Yeah, maybe you can see that bubble. Anyhow, the deck is level, and then this is sitting down where it's supposed to sit. And now I guess the other day pretty good with those marks that I put on there. Don't know how I did that. So, but I just wanted to come in just above this, which is where I've got it. And then there's this wraparound corner here that I'll have to address. Down the road here a little bit, I'll figure that out as I go. See, I could put it up higher, but that wouldn't, I don't think that'd be good. I want it on the straight portion here. So I'll figure out this wraparound corner after the fact and see how it goes, because it's going to come in and it's going to be kind of a square thing. I don't know how it's going to fit in there to make that work, because it's going to be the same here, it's going to be the same height above, so maybe it'll be just like a funny looking thing. Maybe not, maybe it'll look good. We'll just see. Like it'll come up, and then it'll have this, and then it'll go have this, then it'll carry on that slope. Might look okay. And then that'll be easier to make that wraparound anyhow on the front of it. Everything might fit. So that's the line. I'll put a black marks along there and see if I can get that line put in. Oh, there I went and I cut these things on the, I'll show you where I cut them. I cut them on because I want to get my measuring tape anyhow. There's Buster guards everything. Over here I have a radial arm saw. So I put them on this piece of like just plyboard, and then ran it through so that it wouldn't stick and it wouldn't get a bunch of goopo on it, but I got a bunch of goopo on it anyhow. Anyway, they're 7 inches or 18 centimeters. If I can find my measuring tape, I'll go and check my measurement. Right? I don't know what I did with my measuring tape. Here it is right here. So I cut 3 of them. They're the same width, we think. And it should do the trick. We'll just see here. See how wide they are. Hang on. Yeah. 18 centimeters. Can you see that? Well, yeah, you can't really see it, but take my word. 18. 18 it is. See how this one turned out. Yeah, 18. All 3 of them are just, just a little bit shy of 18. So now I'm going to check and see how in fraction of inches set to 0, right?
1/8 of an inch. 15 1/28, or you know. Oops. I think it's about an eighth. There's an eighth right there. Just a bit shy of an eighth. 7/64 of an inch each. So I wonder how thick this stuff up here is. I forget how thick this stuff up here was. We'll check it out and see. See if I can knock over the. This stuff's about the same. Fifteen 1/28. Maybe I'll put it in millimeters. That's easier. 2.3. .5 millimeters, give or take a bit. Now, how many millimeters? How many millimetrics is this one? .5. Isn't that something? Now that's 2.6. So that's exactly the same. I'll be. So 6 layers of matting makes about 2.6 millimeters. How do you like that? Which is it says 2.7 there, but 2.63 was what it said when I had it squeezed on there. So there, that's okay. I'm happy with that. That'll be plenty strong. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so there now, the first cut I'll make will be right here. And I think I'll see if I can put a board in there to hold it. Don't know what I'll do yet. It's got to have a bit of flex. Well, that's got a bit of flex in it. So what I'll do, yeah, I'll cut that, and I'll cut this, then see if I can get these two pieces put back together, and the side pieces, one side like sort of halfway put together. Then I'll try getting the bottom onto it. See what happens. I'll see what it all comes together. Like I think I'll use a piece of wood behind it to start with to hold it steady, hold it in there steady. We'll see. So now it's the old, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? So this piece here, which is from the old one, and you can see it's not high enough. Now I've made the new one, so I should fit it in, make sure it fits around the fan, and then fit the rest of the body around it. Then I'll do a little bit of trimming on it so that it'll fit properly, I hope. We'll just see how it goes here. Yeah, so here now. I've marked it off from the shadow below, pretty close to where it should be cut. And I can grind it back a little bit if I need to, but right now I'll just cut it off on there, and then see if I can fit it into up there. And it's got the mark along here too where it's got to go. This is going to need a bunch of sanding on there to get rid of some of that, get it smoothed out. Anyhow, we'll just see how it works. There now, I've got the laser level out again. So I gotta see where that little pink line is there. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, I put a black mark as I went around and around the circle with this thing, and that's where I want to cut this off at. All the way around. That'll make a nice circular thing, or at same height everywhere. So I'll take the grinding wheel and I'll cut that off. I think I'll be able to keep it fairly straight, I hope. See what happens. Anyway, give it a go. Yeah, fiberglass sure is a lot easier to cut than steel. Where's that point? Right about there. Yeah. I'll show you. Yeah, there we go. A little ribbon of fiberglass, hey? Getting lots of little ribbons of fiberglass around. Wait a sec, I'll put this up and see how it looked out for level. Might have worked. Yeah, there it is now. Turn this on, right? There it just touches right here, right? Can't see it there because it's being blocked off. Or maybe it's too bright. Hang on. Yeah, there it is right there. So, I think we're okay. Seems to be just touching the line all the way along here. Oops. That's something you don't want to hear in Chernobyl. Oops. Yeah, it just touches the line all the way along here, so that's good. I think we got it pretty close to right. Anyway, there we go, that's that cut. I'll take a piece of sandpaper to it sometime in the future. This thing here, now I might just cut it out around a circle that's this distance here from the thing, and then we can adjust it later. But out to here, out past here, it's not as, like that's mostly not too strong, but right at the edge of that is pretty strong. So I'll just cut that circle out at the edge of this braided bit. Okay, I'll do that. There now, that's all cut, right? So I should take a grinder to the bottom of it here and just grind it off a bit flat down at the bottom, because this is all bumpy and bumpy. I want it to be flat, so I'll just take the big grinder to it and bring that down a little bit. Then fitting it in, try start fitting it.
Yeah, there now. This is, well, can you see that? That's sort of what it's going to look like down the road. Now, I've got a line straight across there, which is, you know, this is the line that's got to be on. So what I'll do is I'm going to build, I want it to be removable. So I'm going to build a metal 9 angle iron thing here out of just steel, and over there out of steel, and put them up from here to here. And then this thing here I'll bolt into it with so that you can remove it later. And then I'll bolt this down in about 4 places across there on the base, using those you know, those things, whatever these things are. What do they call these things? Those rivet nuts, I guess, for a better name. And then that should work pretty good. And that'll make it so it seals the air in there. And it'll be easily removable, so you can take it all apart. I want to be able to take it apart, because the cowling should be able to come off. And same thing at the back here. When I build it, I'll make it so that it's separated. You can separate it here, maybe. I'll see. Like, I want that. That's got to be, yeah, that might be, I might have to make it so that it all comes together there so it seals well and doesn't lose any air. But I suppose I could put some stripping along there to make it so it works. We'll see. See what I come up with. You know, build it as I go. So that laser level thing is my new best friend, because it'll keep everything, this thing here is level, so that thing there, I can figure out where everything goes around that thing there. And once this is on and in place, then I'll take the propeller away and won't have to worry about hitting it with anything. Okay, here I go. Yeah, so here's kind of the idea. This
these two things will sit up and hold it flush there, right? And then this will be the right distance all the way around from the propeller, just like 1/8 of an inch off there. That might work. We'll just see. And then it's a removable device, and I can so I'll bolt it in down below, and I'll bolt it on here, bolt it in down there, bolt it in here, and then get some somehow to hold it to the cowling up top here too. Maybe a couple of these things here will do it. We'll just see what works best. Because what they had before, they had it glued in the after effect on the with what do you call that, with fiberglass, and I don't think that worked very well, but who knows. I'll see what I can come up with here. Anyhow, I'll take these off and I'll give them a little bit of a $5 paint job, and then we'll see about putting some fasteners in there. Okay. Yeah, there I've got those. That thing there and that thing there, painted up aluminum colored. So they'll go on here. I've got the holes, the pilot holes are in, and I'll drill them out and put those things in there tomorrow. But I think we're done today. I think it's quitting time. It's 5:58. Yeah, supper time. Time to go. So I'll carry on with this tomorrow and just start seeing how we can get the cowling to fit on here, which will be an interesting task. Hey? But I guess it'll fit eventually. Yeah, that's it for today. Take off the hat and we'll give it a go tomorrow. See you later. Might get windows in my other cars tomorrow, so that might be exciting too. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, that's sort of where it's supposed to be, right? Now this side here, I've got that metal there is plenty big. This side here, I might have to make a bit wider metal so it comes up and catches a bit more of that fiber there, because it's right to the edge of it. So I'll make a new thing for there. That flange I can use up on top later, I'm sure, and this one here. So I'll make a bolt. I'll put some guide holes in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guide holes in there, and then I'll make this thing so it bolts down using those screws. Then I'll start building up the rest of it. That's actually come. I'm surprised. Well, not surprised, no. But that's right the edge that I want there, right? And that's the distance I want right there. So that's good. And the same thing down at the bottom, the distance is equal. Can't really reach up to the top, but it looks okay. A little bit of a wow in the circle there, but otherwise I think we're okay. I think it'll work. We'll find out. Find out down the way, hey? Yeah, there now, that's dry mounted. I've got metal brackets here. This bracket I built into it when I was making it, and a metal bracket there, and what a nice fan. I've got it going the wrong way there. I think I've got it backwards, right? I don't know what way the motor turns. I think the motor turns that way. What way did the motor? Well, whatever way the motor turns, it's fanning towards me right now. That's the way it should fan into there. I think the motor goes that way. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Those blades are adjustable too. You can adjust them to any angle you want. So if it's got too much pitch to it, and working the motor too hard, you just feather them back a bit, I believe. Might have to do some reading on that, because I'll be damned if I know. But there it seems to be pretty consistent distance all the way around. I've got a little bit of distance here, so it's not going to touch on there. And it's got distance here, so it's not going to touch on the edge. So, there. Well, I don't know. That's a good guess anyhow. Now, I'll see if I can mock up something to make the the rest of the roof fit on there. See what I can come up with. Yeah, now the conundrum, hey? What do you do? Now that thing there spins nice in there, and it's reasonably close to being the right spot. It's not perfect. But what I think I might do now is cut a bit of a relief here, so this will slide in on that. Then I'll put a bit of a hump out here on this so that it follows the same body line down here. Then I'll start fabricating a piece to go right up over the top of it, because my plan was to put a patch in into this thing here, but it's stretching and bending it, and I don't think it'll work that well. But if I make a mold of some sort, I don't know how I'll make a mold yet, but I'll make a mold. Maybe I'll make it out of metal, and then start draping this fiberglass over it so that it will fit on there. Then I can run a patch down to here somehow or other. I'll figure that out. Figure that out later. But first I think I'll cut this here, and then I can make I'll just make a bulge here. You know, it'll look okay when it's done. But that will keep this from being stretched and all over the place. Leave the strength in there, and make it so that it all will look proper. And I like this, all of the molding down here is fine. That works nice. So if I can make a piece that'll fit the rest of the top over, that would be good. I'll just do a bit of cutting, and I'll show you. I'll just cut it down here about this far, so that'll slide in, right? Doesn't take much. Okay, see what happens. Yeah, so there's what I did. I just cut a slot so this will fit through. Now this part here, I'll start fabricating a new shroud for it over the top there. I thought that it would work with just adding a patch in, but apparently not. So what I'll do is I'll somehow build a bit of a mold. I don't know yet for how, but somehow I'll build a bit of a mold, and then start making that. So it's got to come here, like this angle should go up to there, let in air. There's going to be a big draw of air from that. I'll see. And then now that I've cut this, I can rejoin this bit here so that it'll everything will fit in there okay. I don't know if I could use some of this old bits or not. We'll just see. Anyway, I'll carry on. Yeah, so there, I took the propeller and put it somewhere safe so I wouldn't screw with it. And now this is on. That's pretty solid. I went and I just put a screw in, 4 screws in this part here to hold it solid. Now I've got some old aluminum siding. I'm going to use that to go over and start making the mold to lay some fiberglass on. See how that works out. See what happens. Yeah, so there's kind of a framework that I can lay some fiberglass on, I think. And now then I'll have to, like this will come forward and meet up and mend there, and then I'll fill in this. This can come later. I'll fill this in. I'll think about that, because it might be just as easy to do it now as later. I'll think a bit about it. Might put one more wrap across here, and then it can just drop right down, right? Okay, well that's what I'll do. One more piece of, this is old aluminum siding that was left over from doing the house 100 years ago when I did the house, well, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, maybe 13 years ago, quite a while ago. So now I'll just use it up, and then this piece here, I'll make it out to here and then drop it straight down to there. And somehow make that all come together. We'll see. Yeah, here it is coming along. The pretty solid. I've got a bunch of really sticky tape that I've been, vinyl tape that I've been using to fill in the cracks, and still have to do that bit up there, but that's coming along pretty good. Then as soon as that's all done, then I'll well, that'll be it tomorrow, or the day tomorrow afternoon sometime likely. I'll start laying some fiberglass on it, and I'll just glass it down to about here, about an inch past where it has to go to. And then down in here, I made it so that, like, I just made that so it'd come level, and then drilled a hole in my finger while I was doing it. That hurt. I wanted this just to be, you know, sort of the right angle, so this would be sitting at the right angle when the fiberglass hardens on it, or if the fiberglass hardens on it. But that'll be coming along. That'll be as we work on it. They'll be bumpy underneath a bit, and then I might have to do a bit of body work on it to smooth it out, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, it should do the trick, and it'll be the right, won't be all patched together, it'll just be one piece and then glued on, then connected to the bottom piece. So that'll be good. Okay, that's all for now. I might even make it so it's a trunk hood and it'll come off. Like I might make this part here connect to that part, put a little bit more layer along the inside of that, and then make it so that this trunk will lift off, because that'll make it easier to work on stuff, right? I'll think about that. That might be a good idea. Okay, that's all for now. Yeah, and that's all for today. It's quitting time. I've had enough of this today. I'll go and do some more tomorrow. See you then. Yeah, there's kind of a mold built. We'll see how it works out. I've got lots of duct tape, and I'll just drape the fiberglass on it. I have to put about 6 layers, right? That's a lot of fiberglassing to do here. We'll see how it works out. Then anything there's going to be little irregularities in it. So any irregularities, I'll just we'll fix them up later with. I was thinking about taking some what do you call that? Spray foam, and just put it across these irregular areas to smooth them out. I wonder if that's a good idea. Might be. Maybe I'll try that. Hang on. Whoops. Yeah, so here I am. I'm getting ready to do some fiberglassing on it, and the dog is going to eat my tape. Can't be doing that. So I've got that all, set to go. I was thinking of spray foam, but I don't have any, or I had some, but it doesn't work. So anyhow, there you go. So that's gonna be it. I'll cut this video off here and see what I can do, like up to this point, and then the next one will have some of the. It's getting kind of long in the tooth, this video, and I'll send it out, and then the next one will have some of that fiberglassing up there. We'll see how that works out. It might come out okay. It might not. We'll see. Anyhow, I'll get started at it, and that'll be it for this. Thanks for watching, and come on back again. See you later. Bye. Yeah, back at the baby birds. Let's see what's happening in there today, if I can. I don't know what's going on. Anything going on there today, boys? What's going on there today? There's lots of bird refuse down here. Maybe they're gone. Who knows? I guess we'll check it out and see. Yeah, here it is, like the May 30th. I don't know, is tomorrow the first day of January? Anyway, there's a kingfisher out there. I saw him, and a couple of ducks. They just flew off. And there's Buster. And there's a red-winged blackbird
making noise up there. Buster's enjoying the new bridge.
Yeah.
And the beach looks fairly deserted today. Tide is lowish, not all the way out or on the way in, one of the two, or all of the above. There you go, May 30th, Buster report. And Buster is absolutely normal. Okay, see you later.